What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech once again, and welcome back to yet another Talking Head video. Today we are taking a look at something that is kind of hilarious in my humble opinion, and that is a mining troll on the Ropsten testnet for Ethereum, causing a bunch of issues with the testnet merge. We're going to get into it right after a word from today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is PrimeXBT. PrimeXBT is an established trading platform that was founded in 2018. PrimeXBT offers a unique trading experience with co-vesting, margin trading, and yield accounts. PrimeXBT is available on desktop and their new iOS app. PrimeXBT is offering a special promotion for those who sign up with my sign-up link. Anyone who signs up with the link in the description can receive up to $500 to their margin trading account. Use promo code SONOFATECH for an additional first deposit bonus of up to $7,000. Terms and conditions do apply. Remember, any form of investing comes with significant risks, so do your own research. A quick disclaimer: when using leverage trading, it comes with extremely high risk, including loss of all funds. Welcome back. So first of all, I want to make it clear that I do not condone nor encourage this type of behavior. However, it is also important to note that this behavior is well warranted to a certain extent, because we all know that Ethereum and the developers are directly opposed to miners, and they have not been treating the miners that well. So to see stuff like this start to happen is not that surprising. Let's set the stage though first. What is happening with Ropsten? What is it? Ropsten is a testnet for Ethereum. So this isn't going to be mainnet Ethereum merge related, other than once it begins, you have basically every 2 weeks another testnet merging up until we get to the point of merging mainnet, which is presumed to happen sometime in August. This is all surrounding basically a process that was commenced by the Ethereum difficulty bomb, and these bombs basically increase the difficulty on said network artificially. So when you hear terminal total difficulty, what you are hearing is basically a large number, at which point, when reached, you will see essentially the merge need to happen before, of course, it is too difficult to mine and miners hop off the network because they aren't making enough, and that will extend block times, and essentially they need to make sure that the timing of all this is correct. So in the case of Ropsten, it's a little bit flipped, and this is why. So because Ropsten is a testnet, there's not a ton of hash rate on the network. And what this means is that once you basically have a set terminal total difficulty at a certain point, and you have a bomb that is been going off and the blocks are building, then you basically are able to set a time based on the kind of averaged out expected timeline to reach that particular point in the network. So this point was going to be in June, on the 8th of June, so next Wednesday. However, it started moving up a little bit quicker. It was presumed to be on Monday. However, now, because of a miner that is hopped onto the network, it is going to basically be in 15 hours, provided the devs don't actually do something to prevent it, which it does seem like is being done right now. The way this is done essentially is, as opposed to more miners hopping off of the network, thereby increasing the block times, this miner has over doubled the hash rate on the testnet and decreased the times. When you decrease the times, the approaching block and terminal total difficulty, TTD for short, is basically going to happen sooner. So it makes it to where the developers can't really plan accordingly to their original timeline, meaning June 8th, and they have to start making moves now. So I found out about this through Twitter, of course, and one of the devs on Twitter, where he said originally PSA, public service announcement, all right, we'll be probably pushing a TTD override on Ropsten since some miner decided to troll a bit. Issue is that TTD would be hit 15 hours from now, while the beacon chain genesis is on Monday. Nothing that could happen on mainnet, no one can 2x the mainnet hash rate, will update soon. And then here's his update. He says, just reached TTD on Ropsten. We decided to push TTD. So if your node is stuck, please use override terminal total difficulty. And then of course this number here to unstuck it, and then run debug.setHead and this particular set in the console to force the node to sync to the correct chain. Now we do have more information here from Tim as well that we'll get into, but long story short, what is happening is that Marius has had to go back into the office on a holiday, which is part of the ensuing thread on Twitter, and actually get some work done on this in particular to make sure that it is extended. It's no fun to make a developer work more, of course, on a holiday weekend. I get it from that perspective, but I also understand the miner's perspective, which is like kind of a little bit of desperation is what I would assume. And what we have here too as well is a little bit more discussion from Tim Biko. And on his Twitter, he said, we will discuss this more on the All Core Devs call tomorrow. But TLDR, it's not an issue which could affect Mainnet and has to do with proof of work testnets having very low hash rates. If you have already downloaded a Ropsten merge client release, you will unfortunately need to upgrade again. So unfortunately, if you are running a node for the testnet, you're going to need to hop in. He does say it's worth adding that this is malicious in that the Ropsten miner isn't just adding hash rate, which could happen by accident or someone not knowing, but he is also driving down the gas limit as low as possible. Again, this isn't something we'd see on Mainnet, but worth noting. He does say thanks for the support, and I guess malicious miner 0xD197, because he did leave a little note in here on one of the process transactions. He says Buddha ETH thinks that they are also using a McDonald's Wi-Fi as a VPN, which is pretty hilarious. As you can see here, this says it's a stress testing Ropsten network to see what would happen if the merge happened out of schedule. Will recover ASAP. Buy ETH now. The next question, of course, is going to be essentially, do we think that this would be on Mainnet or a problem on Mainnet? And as Tim has brought up, of course, as well as Marius, this wouldn't really be an issue on Mainnet because of the amount of hash rate on Ethereum. Now, we do know that the only things mining Ethereum are either ETH hash ASICs and or of course GPUs. No other really hardware going on there. We also do know from the Ethereum hash rate migration that we will be performing again tomorrow that the GPU miners, which are more than likely the more bitter ones that will be hopping off sooner on the network as the difficulty goes up higher, is not a significant amount of hash rate compared to the amount of presumed ASICs on the network that come from companies like Silicon, who have announced, of course, their support for Ethereum in this and probably will mine it till the end of proof of work on Ethereum. So as far as being able to accelerate the timeline for the actual merge on Mainnet once announced, if announced, then it's not really possible, right? You would have to basically have all of this hardware that is being run by large firms, and more than likely large firms are heavily invested into the proof of stake side of things for Ethereum in particular. But what does it expose? Because we do have to talk about the opposite happening. We've talked about this before on the channel, but the opposite that could happen that would be more impactful on the network, in my humble opinion, from a public perception, is an increase in block times and a slowing down of the total terminal difficulty on Mainnet, because as the artificial difficulty bomb goes off, essentially the network gets more and more difficult to mine other coins become more profitable to mine and miners start to hop off to mine other coins. When they do this, it will decrease the hash rate on Ethereum, and as the hash rate decreases, the block times will slow down exponentially due to the artificial increase in difficulty, also compounding the issue. And so there is still technically a sort of attack vector or a troll vector here going on for Ethereum Mainnet that I think is not being really addressed or talked about outside of the perspective from cryptocurrency miners. The ETH devs seem to ignore this entire fact completely. Now, to a certain extent, they can, because like I said, they have basically at this point, our assumptions are around 70% of the hash rate on Ethereum are ETH hash ASICs, maybe another 30% for GPUs. We did see a recent increase thanks to the light hash rate 100% unlock, but that was only about 20 to 25% of the total GPU hash rate, not necessarily of the total hash rate on the network, just to be clear. So we're really sitting at a point to where I do think that more and more of this will happen on some of the test nets, and more miners that are disgruntled will be attacking these test nets and trying to mess with the merge. And to a certain extent, it's understandable. Basically, you've had an entire ecosystem that has been powered by these workers, miners, that have been slaving away in their mining farms, making sure that they're maintaining equipment, supporting the network, and basically helped build this network from the ground up, feeling abandoned by the network, by the developers, and by the coin. That may be a little unwarranted just due to the fact that we do know Ethereum had been planning proof of stake from the very beginning. We could get into arguments of proof of stake versus proof of work, but we've gone over those a ton. What we are really focusing on here, of course, is Ethereum and this transition. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe down below. I will be live streaming testing of the RX 6650 XT hash rates on twitch.tv/blindrun this evening. So if you're interested in stopping by and supporting the live stream over there, definitely do it. Check the description for the link so you can head on over there. And then we will post the final results on this YouTube channel, hopefully tomorrow. Also, don't forget to check out the Crypto Mining Show clips, which are clips of all of the Crypto Mining Show episodes on that channel, which I will also leave linked down below. Thanks for watching once again. I will see you next Tuesday. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more, or check out this playlist for more crypto content related topics.